going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. And yes, we're back. The OGs remember the intro. The NBA is back. We only got 2 games on today. Full slate tomorrow, but boy, oh boy, does it feel good to be back. It's the Calling Our Shot channel. We were built on the NBA, and we're going to keep grinding these videos every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. The video should be live. If it's a couple minutes late, give me a little bit of break. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too for the start of the NBA season. Like I said, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. I got 2 player props. I'll talk about who I think wins both of these games. Then tomorrow we'll have a full slate and you'll know what to expect in just one moment. Now, number 1. These videos are going to be live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. I'm going to try to be on time every single day. If I'm a little late, it's going to happen, but I'll let you guys know if I'm super late on our Twitter, on our social medias, at Calling Our Shot. Make sure you follow us. Now, let's talk about how we did in 2020 to 2021. We're at plus 14.3 units. Didn't do too well in the playoffs. It's kind of threw away a lot of our units there. But in 2021 to 2022, last year, we learned from those mistakes. We hit the 40 unit mark, up 40.46 units. Let's continue to grow that number. Let's continue to maximize those profits for all of you guys out there. Have to remind you, as always, do your research. I'm not going to hit every pick. It's impossible, and will let you guys know. But my favorite things are player props. We'll talk about a spread pick here and there probably every single day, but I really do like player props, so make sure you're dialed in. If you have any ideas for how we can improve the channel, let me know down below. I always want to hear what you guys got. I already have an idea from one of you guys. On Fridays, we're doing a first basket Friday. So we'll pick someone on the slate to score the first basket in a game. But let me know what else you guys want to see. Now, here's the segments you guys can expect to see. The best bet segment is back. Last year, it was very profitable. This year, it's back with a vengeance. It won't be in this video starting tomorrow. I want to make these best bets 1.5, 2 unit plays. But that probably will have to wait a week or two before we start upping the unit size. It's only the first couple weeks of the NBA. I get guessing much harder than I normally will guess when we have some data to back. We'll have 2 additional player props, and of course, we'll have my favorite spread or over-under pick when we have a full slate of games. That's what you can expect every single day. I've never really been a successful spread or over-under better, so that's why I'm not going to bet too many of these. Other people are better at it than I am. I think there's nothing worse than getting backdoored on some garbage time 3-pointer. If you know, you know. Now, that's what you can expect every single morning, so buckle on in. It's going to be an action-packed episode, action-packed season, and my last and final note, I know a lot of you people are probably tired of hearing me saying this, but PrizePicks is still running that free square. And tonight, the guy on my shirt, we have a bunch of new shirts. You'll see them. Stephen Curry, if he scores 1 point, you cash that free square. So take advantage of that. You can also take advantage of if you sign up using our code COS or the link in the description. Get 100% deposit match. It's another way to support the channel. I certainly would appreciate it. Without further ado, we'll start with the first game. Sixers versus Celtics. Today, my favorite player prop, Marcus Smart. And we're taking this under 21.5 PRAs, minus 109 on Barstool. Now, for the newbies out there, PRA stands for points, rebounds, and assists. To combine them all, we need that to be under 21.5 for Mr. Marcus Smart. If you want just an individual leg, I lean his points the most, but you'll understand why. Now, if you're on PrizePicks, you're taking advantage of that Curry free square, well, congrats. This line's at 23 over there, so you get even a little bit more of a cushion, 1.5 to be exact. And you'll notice I'm going to be taking a lot of unders to start this season. Last year, I didn't take a ton of unders, especially at the beginning of the year, and those are going to hit more often than not, especially at the beginning of the year, as teams normally aren't playing their stars into the ground. But let's talk about Marcus Smart, because he's coming off a career year. Pretty good in 2021, 2022 when the Celtics made it to the finals. He averaged 12.1 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game, and 5.9 assists per game for a total of 21.8 PRAs per game, so right at this line. Now, it was with 32.3 minutes per game, the second most he's ever seen in his career. And you look at how he started last season. Started it pretty slow. He started with 29, 5, 19, 16, and 12 PRAs through the first 5 games. Now, you could say, Austin, he started off the season hitting the over in the PRAs. Well, you go back to that game, it was against the Knicks. It was a double overtime game. And they combined for 272 points. Like, if that's going to happen, they're going to go to double OT. This bet's chalked. We're not going to hit an under. Really, you're not going to hit a lot of unders if you're going to double OT. But I'm going to throw that game out because carrying into November, Smart went under 21.5 PRAs in 8 of the first 9 games. He went under in the next 8 after that opener. I think he's going to continue to go under here. Now, you look at the Sixers, not a great matchup for him either. They allowed the fewest points per game and the 5th fewest assists per game to opposing guards last season. There's always going to be foul trouble if he's going to be going out there trying to guard James Harden. I think Tyrese Maxey's probably the guy he guards, but still Tyrese Maxey's going to be camping out on the 3-point line or driving to the hoop, potentially drawing fouls. And you look at his stats versus Philly last year. 16, 24, and 8 PRA. So going under in 2 of the 3 games. Also, you have Malcolm Brogdon, a new acquisition for the Celtics. I know they're not going to have Danilo. He's out for the year. No, they're not going to be they're going to be without Robert Williams as well, as he's out for the first couple weeks, I think, of the season. But Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White going to eat into Marcus Smart's minutes. and he's not going to have the ball in his hands as much as he did last year. So give me Marcus Smart to start off the year. No, it's an under. No, we don't like rooting for unders. But give me his under 21.5 PRAs. Now, let's move on to the second game. Then we'll talk about the two spreads that I do lean. Draymond Green, he's on the shirt. In the news a lot. Under 20.5 PRAs, minus 120 on BetMGM. Now, I'm not here to come on, start talking about Draymond Green fighting Jordan Poole, giving him a sucker punch, whatever you want to call it. I'm not here to talk about that. What I'm here to do is take his under, and you'll understand why. Now, Draymond took a couple days off of practice, and then Steve Kerr came out yesterday on Monday and said, well, the starters aren't conditioned. They aren't conditioned to play 30-plus minutes, and Draymond's normally a guy that barely hovers around that 30-minute mark. And I imagine he could be calling out Draymond, that Draymond's not as conditioned as maybe other guys are. And especially that could happen if you're missing practice for a couple days, staying away from the team. And unless Draymond's super efficient, if he's not playing those 30, 35 minutes per game, I think it's going to be hard in a weird matchup against the Lakers. LeBron's probably starting at the 4, at the power forward position, opposite from Draymond. But Wiggins is likely going to guard him. So who does Draymond go and guard? Lonnie Walker, who's the projected starter at small forward? That's not a great matchup for him. Draymond can guard anyone on the court, one of the better defenders in NBA history. But still, they don't want to put him on Lonnie Walker. Will they switch Looney onto Anthony Davis, who's playing center? Will we see Looney and Draymond switch off guarding Anthony Davis? I don't know, but I don't like the matchup that Draymond has out there. In Draymond's 3 games versus the Lakers, well, his last 3, 14, 20, and 29 PRAs. The Warriors, like I said, might not play their starters a ton, and they have great depth behind Draymond. They haven't had a ton of depth in the past, but they got guys like Jonathan Kuminga, guys like JaMychal Green. James Wiseman's back and healthy. All these guys, it's a 82-game-long season. They don't need to play Draymond Green 35 minutes out the jump. He could play 20-ish, 25 minutes to start this year. Ease him into action. As you know, he's obviously hasn't had a whole full preseason under his belt with all the drama going on. We know he's not going to shoot it a bunch. They got Jordan Poole, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. Even Wiggins will shoot. Those guys can steal rebounds too. So, look, I like Draymond Green. I like his under 20.5 PRAs. I think he's going to have a good chance of going under that. Give me those two as my favorite player props of the week. I want that both as one unit. Won't have the best bet segment until tomorrow. Now, let's talk about, I know it doesn't feel good starting with 2 unders, but welcome to the Call on Our Shot channel. We're going to get spicy when other people don't want to be spicy. Now, let's talk about spreads. Because honestly, normally I'm going to do one spread every single day, but I don't feel good about either of these 2 spreads that I'm going to talk about. And I don't want to advise a pick to you guys if I'm not going to put any money on it. That doesn't feel right. So I'll talk about the 2 teams I think win and probably cover. We'll start with the Celtics minus 2.5, and I also lean the Warriors minus 6. Now, Celtics, they got a new head coach for the wrong reasons. We aren't going to talk about that either, but look, I think the best way to quiet all those conversations is to come out here and win this first game, and I think they're going to do that. I know the Sixers, I like what they did in the offseason, getting PJ Tucker and whatnot. I just don't know if they come out here and win this game 1, especially on the road in Boston. I think the Celtics at home will have that juice of the crowd. I think they'll get it done. Minus 2.5 is really just asking for almost an outright victory. If you get backdoored, you just shove something through your eyeball. That's just the NBA. It's game 1. It's going to happen all season long. But I think the Celtics get that done. Now, as for the Warriors, it's chalky. I know the public's going to be on them. Maybe that news about Steve Kerr not playing his starters or potentially not playing them a full complement of minutes maybe reduces this line a little bit. But Lakers, I don't trust them. Last year they stunk, one of the worst teams against the spread, and the Lakers have constantly been moving pieces. Where's Russell Westbrook? He came off the bench in that last preseason game, then got injured. Dennis Schroeder's out for a couple weeks. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's going to be a lot on LeBron and Anthony Davis. And in game 1, do you want to run those 2 guys into the ground, throw them out there for 38 minutes? I don't think so. I think the Warriors are a much better team with depth. I think their backups are much better than the Lakers' backups. And ultimately, I think the reigning NBA champs wearing the shirt, one of the newer shirts for the show, I think they get it done. Warriors minus 6. Hopefully it's a close game. That's all I can ask for. I'm not going to bet on either of these spreads. Let me know your favorite picks down below. I appreciate you guys as always. Tomorrow, we'll have 3 more player props. The best bet segment will return. I'll have my favorite player spread pick for Wednesday's slate. Appreciate you guys always for tuning in. It's going to be a crazy NBA season. We started off doing NBA videos. We're going to keep doing them every single day. If I happen to miss a day, which won't be likely, won't be often, I'll let you guys know as always. A reminder about that PrizePicks free square. Go sign up, supports the channel, and you get that free Stephen Curry leg on your parlays. All he has to do is score 1 point. He's going to do that. And if you sign up using our code COS, you get 100% deposit match. It's a win-win for everyone. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. It's Austin signing out. I'll be back again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Set your alarm clock, so see me then. Peace.